So welcome to another video. This brew day is particularly exciting for me because it's one of my favourite beer styles, the Berliner Weisse. The recipe's in the box below. Rather than go through the recipe, I'm just going to go through the method, but in my mind it's quite simplified. And this is just going to test me. This is going to see if it really is as simple and methodic as I'm expecting. I'm going to fall flat on my face, and I'm armed with what looks to be a very suspicious doctor's sample. This one is WLP 672 Lactobacillus brevis, and it really does look like a pea sample. I'll quickly run through the method. This is going to be a 24 to 36 hour brew day. I'm probably going to get twice within this brew day, so it's Friday night 5 o'clock I think now, so I'm going to get drunk tonight, going out to Cardiff tomorrow night, so I'm going to get drunk on Saturday night and probably finish this beer off on Sunday morning. Yeah, gonna mash at 65 degrees, sparge at 75 degrees as you normally would. Only boil it for 15 minutes and not add any hops because they can affect the lactobacillus. Then chill it down to 40 degrees and add lactic acid to bring the pH down to 4.5. Then inoculate it, come across a new word, inoculate it with the bacteria, and then leave it. Seal it, let the Grainfather go, maintaining that temperature of 40 degrees for 24 to 36 hours, and test the pH every 8 to 10 hours to see how it's getting on, and keep tasting the beer to see if it's as sour as I want it to go. So I'm aiming for about 3.2 pH, or to taste, whatever I fancy really, and then click on the boil and just do a normal brew day from there. When it starts boiling, boil it for 60 minutes and add my hops and just go so on and so forth. Stepped up the game with the pH calibration solution, but I'm not sure if the pH meter that I've got is much good. Amazon Prime type of one, but you know, it's what I've got to work with, isn't it? Let's try the Calibration. So I'm going to use the lid of my tilt hydrometer case thing, because I know it won't fit. Plan B, I'm going to calibrate it to this one, 4.01 at 25 degrees. So I've had to go for a TR glass, sorry boys, but this gives it plenty of room to sit in nice and tidy. Ooh, must remember not to drink it. Definitely don't drink it. Is that enough? Yeah, that looks to be enough. Well, I never. Are you having a giraffe? Look at that. Straight off the bat. Can you see that? Banging. 4.16. What? It's dropping down as well. I honestly didn't expect that. I'm not even going to touch it. I'm not even going to touch it. I know it says not to reuse these solutions, but if you think about it, it's like a tenner for 2 little tiny bottles. I'm reusing it. If I don't spill it. Right, 2 things have gone to plan so far. Get the feeling I'm going to run out of luck. Okay, we're ready to mash in. Check that out, look at that clarity. I'm trying to capture as much footage as I can, mainly as a as a diary for me for what I'm measuring, what I'm capturing, what I'm, you know, in case it goes wrong. Mash pH was 5.6, and I actually put 7 ml of lactic acid into the mash water. So yeah, note to self, a little bit more. Let's make a note. 5.6. The rice hulls in this have really made a massive difference in terms of clarity and in terms of the sparge. Usually when I make a wheat beer bake, well, a wheat beer style, which is, this is what the base of this is, it takes forever to sparge. Now I know the efficiency trolls are gonna go, but you need to take your time. But honestly, when it takes over an hour to sparge for a wheat beer, that's just taking a mick, isn't it? Come on. I'm going to be making a video about efficiency soon. Just on the pre-boil gravity, obviously it's pre the 15-minute boil. Obviously on Sunday I'm going to be brewing it, going to be boiling it for another 45 minutes to an hour possibly. But I'm bang on my number. What a great start. So 1.033 is my pre-boil gravity. I've currently got 30 litres in the kettle. So yeah, it's looking like a big batch and a very low ABV as well. So yeah, it's looking promising so far. Boil it for 15 minutes. Got the chiller hooked up already, and yeah, nearly there to infect the beer with bugs. Yeah. Just finished my 15-minute boil. Start the pump, put it on gently and quickly, whilst I remember, put the other end in the boil kettle. Whoosh. I'm going to chill this down now to 40 degrees, then purposely infect it. This video is going to take some editing, I tell you that. Waffle Central. We're going to chuck on the counterflow chiller now. This tap here, nice and slow. Jesus. Alright, Jesus man, what's going on? I think we've got an airlock. I'm just going to check the pH of the water that's coming out of the counterflow chiller. It'll give me a good idea where to start. There. Okay, I'm going to chuck in 1 ml. See what happens. Lactol. I'm not just going to measure 1 ml, I'm going to weigh 1 ml as well, because it's more accurate. You can tell it's Friday night, the dealer scales have been out a couple of times already. I've just knocked off the counterflow chiller now because we're currently at 42 degrees. I don't want it to go past that, if I'm perfectly honest with you. After many tentative adjustments to the pH, I was surprised how much it took actually. There's the schedule that I went for, and you can tell I kind of lost my patience towards the end. So in we go with it. Run wild, my little friends. Run wild. Oh, now the fun part comes. And this is a method of just keeping oxygen away from the top of the wort. Yes, I could put the lid on, which I'm going to do as well. But this is kind of double bagging. There you are. Nothing much getting in there, is there? Ah, you. So, bit of a paranoia spray all over this. Chuck that on. And there we have it. Set at 40 degrees. And we'll just have to see how the beer gets on. Because I've not done this beer before, I can't tell you when I'll be back. Will I be back when I'm dumping it? Will I be back when I'm tackling a fire? Will I be back when I'm testing the pH? I don't know. But yeah, see you there right now. Morning. Sunday morning. Can probably tell I'm a bit blurry-eyed from last night. Went out to Cardiff. Don't do it, kids. Don't do it. So, need to take the pH reading of this beer. I'm hoping it's not ready, because I'm not ready. I'm not ready to carry on with this beer yet. What I was surprised to find this morning, was loads of condensation has come off the ceiling. So this has been keeping the shed warm. So I'll just slip this in behind the tape, you know, cling film. What? It's still 4.5. Oh no. Oh man. Looks like it's only moved 0.1 pH. I think I'm going up to 10 by a couple of degrees. I'll give it a bit of a taste. Thought of beers making me feel sick. It's only a tiny bit sour. Yeah. Oh. No. No. Right, so I'm going to kick it up to 42 degrees, see if that makes a difference. 70 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Should have read the instructions, which is 21 to 23 degrees Celsius. And I've had this going at 40 degrees Celsius. I'm going to fall flat on my face now. Ballsed up, and I think I might have killed the bugs, but I'm going to turn it down anyway and leave it till tonight and see what happens. Oh the joys, oh the joys. So it's Monday night, just got in from work, probably the kids still blowing off steam in the bloody garden there. It smells of stale beer in the shed, so I think this has been hanging around for too long. Let's have a look. Not very hopeful, if I'm perfectly honest with you. So looks like we're at 4.3 and we started at 4.6, 4.5, so it's been about 36 hours. But the water I've got, it's your base for a wheat beer. So I'm going to try and rescue this beer. I'm going to flick it onto the boil, turn it into a wheat beer, pitch my wheat beer yeast, and just hope for the best. Rather than let it go to waste, might as well boil it for an hour. See what happens. But I'm going to make it an American wheat beer and just throw a lot of hops at it just to try and, I don't know, rescue it, I suppose. I'm going for Hallertauer into the boil, 13 grams at 60 minutes. Sweet orange peel, why not? 10 grams of Citra and 10 grams of Amarillo and Irish moss with some coriander that I just robbed from the kitchen. That's not even 10 grams, I don't think. 20 grams and 20 grams of Amarillo and Citra at 5 minutes, and the same at flame out. They smell good. But it's basically just trying to rescue a disaster. Don't even think this one's going to get into the editing block. I need a beer. Less than a minute now into the last edition, the flame out edition. Must also apologise to Dude's Brews. I was thanking him for the beer meal he sent me, and because my fan is packed up, you can see the shed's very steamy and there's loads of drips everywhere. A drip landed on the phone and called him. So, sorry mate. Yeast I'm going to be using is the Safale WB06. It's the dry wheat beer yeast. Just give this another 5 minutes now. I've just turned the water on to the counterflow chiller. Not circulating, but it's there ready to go on the valve if the hose pipe doesn't blow. But it really, it's just boring, isn't it? Just pouring this on the fucking top, innit? Well, what a turn up for the books. Never give up on your beers. Never give up on your beers. Check this out. Look at that. Look at the colour of that bright white head. I was aiming for Berliner Weisse, and that's what I've ended up with. I don't know how or why, but it's soured. I don't know if the samples I was taking were just at the top of the fermenter were different to the bottom, but this is definitely a Berliner Weisse style sour beer. I'm going to go out and say it. It's bang on style to what I was looking to make. Bang on style. Just got like that slight wheat beer tones coming through with like the banana clovey. Very, very slight. No hop profile at all on the aroma, which when I turned it to an American wheat beer, I'm not sure if the sourness has cut that out or cut the hops or stopped them. I don't know, what do you call it, biotransforming or whatever. Something's happened to this beer for the good. Taste. Just that sherbet sourness right there. Again, very little hop flavour and just smooth, crisp, smooth, perfect, absolutely perfect. Did I mention I quite like it? Being a bit enthusiastic about it because I didn't have much hopes for this beer at all, and I thought that was going to be 3 days wasted, but far from it. Far from it. The problem I face now, how on earth am I going to recreate this? After all those blunders and clusterfucks, and how the hell am I going to recreate it? I hope that gives you some inspiration that if your brew day or brew 3 days isn't going to plan, then just carry on with it regardless, change it into something else, and it might come full circle and be the beer that you wanted it to make in the first place. Possibly. Or is this just a massive, massive fluke? Hope you found that interesting and or entertaining. Please don't forget to subscribe for more upcoming videos. Give us a like, and if you've got any comments, whack them in the box below. So it's all from me, Iechyd.